Akọni ọkùnrin ogun. Májà Sọ́ládì sọ ọmọ aládìkún. Ọmọ aládìkún lẹ́ ń rí yẹn o. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni o.
Thank you. Igboho came out to alert you, to alert me, and he expected the Yorubas to wake up enough to sense and smell the danger around them. But you allowed politics of those selfish people, politicians in Yoruba land, to take advantage of your emotional, what have you, weaknesses, your fear. They demonized Igboho for asking you to stand. When he said we don't want the Fulani anymore, he was speaking at the epicenter of the pandemic in Yoruba land, Igangan. He was there. You witnessed it. In fact, Saliu, the one they made Seriki Fulani of Igangan, is currently saying that he is praying and wishes that Igboho would never be freed. Why? Because he chased the Fulani terrorists out of Yoruba land, especially in Igangan. They've returned. It's gotten worse. You see, when this were when all these things were going on, many of you living in Lagos, living in Ibadan, living in some of these, cities, you bought into the propaganda of the criminal politicians who told you to just don't worry yourself. It's just a false alarm. False alarm. Igboho also went to Ogun State, another epicenter of Fulani terrorism. Listen, it was just few days before Oloye Sunday Igboho went to Igangan that this happened in Yewa, Ogun State.
Due to that crisis, Fulani crisis that was occurred at our country, that's the reason why we migrated to this place. We are forcefully migrated to this place due to that.
By force.
By force. It's not by willingness.
Women. Oh, man or women. How much are us, man or women?
Only you.
Are dying here.
Both the women and men migrated from that area to this.
No.
And
how
then
much?
people died.
But I say how many people they killed there?
There are few many people. But at our many people. Many people have lost their lives. People are still migrating because of that. At Bondu and all other areas.
What happened?
It's because of the Fulani crisis. Fulani, they are killing the people anyhow.
They are killing the people.
Anyhow. They will move from any from one village to another. They will migrate from one place to another. They just keep people. That's the reason why the people are scared. They move down to the people.
So that was in Ogun State. Those people are now in Pobe, in Benin Republic, as refugees. They've been there for a year now. So Igboho went on, taking his advocacy, his campaign for Yorubas. Rise up, defend yourselves. These guys are never going to defend you. In fact, if you pay attention very well, they are doing all of this with the audacity and possibly the immunity from the powers that be. Igboho put his own life on the line. I'm still coming on, just giving you a flashback, so to say. In Ogun State, right? For some of you who probably saw Igboho that day, this happened. In fact, it was even thinking about us, diasporans. You see? It was never selfish. It was never about him. It was never about anything other than Yorubas. Pay attention. I have been in those forests. I have seen these guys. We have fought them. This is not about popularity. This is not about seeking attention. Everywhere he went, right around that time, was about calling on everybody to sense the danger, protect yourself. Self-defense, that was what Igboho was preaching. But your political leaders, they've had enough. They decided, to send the DSS, Daura Secret Service assassins, after him to kill him. The other day that he was also in that Ogun State, he also gave this speech, just acknowledging the importance of the traditional leaders and the rest. He always believed that they are with us. How could anybody in Yoruba land be against the security and safety of the Yoruba people in Yoruba land? How could anybody be? But he was wrong, because many of them were actually helping the killers to put a target behind his back. Igboho in Ogun State.
You see a people like the West in the town. Àwọn tá a wá bí fún lónìí, òun ni pé àwọn Fúlàní tí wọ́n ń da àwọn fámìlì wọn. Òun tá a wá bí fún lónìí. Òun tá a wá bí fún lónìí. Hello. Òun ni àwọn Fúlàní wọ́n ń da àwọn fámìlì wa láàmú. Ní àwọn èèyàn wa pé wọ́n kidnap àwọn àti wa, wọ́n ń dúdú wọn létí wọn. Wọ́n ṣe yánmayànmá pẹ̀lú wọn. Ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn dẹ̀ sọ pé òun ò fara mọ́ ọ. Torí pé àwọn ará ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn òun jẹ gómìnà lé lórí. Gbogbo wọn Yorùbá àtọ́gbà ilẹ̀ Yorùbá àti ìjòyè wọ́n láwọn ò fara mọ́ kí Fúlàní máa jí wa gbé. Wọ́n máa jẹ oko wa, wọ́n máa dà wá láàmú. Ìdí nìyí tàbí wọ́n sí ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn lónìí. Gbogbo ọmọ ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn níbi tí ọjà ọ̀dà wà yìí. Wọ́n ò ní jẹ́ kí ọjà ọ̀dà ó bàjẹ́. Wọ́n ò ní ba ìlú ọjà bàjẹ́. Bí ó wá rí bẹ́ẹ̀, a fẹ́ wọnú igbó ìbò alọ́wọ́ yìí. Kí wọ́n pàdé àwọn Fúlàní.
That was the Igboho that we gave our support to. It wasn't going about for celebrity things. Whenever Igboho and his team, whenever they visited any state, the first point of call would be, where are those Fulani terrorists in the forest? Let's go for them. Let's go in there. Let's see them. And you know what? What happened at Oja Odon that day? The video of what happened there, I can share that with you. Then your politicians, some of those who are waiting for a time like this, 2022, so that they can become political agents, PDP, APC, they said Igboho was a threat. Igboho was not just a threat to the criminal political class. It was a threat to some of you, the afuvuselas on social media. So many of you who became analysts. because you never believe a day would ever come that Lagos-Ibadan Expressway will come to this. Many of us knew. A day like this probably would have been prevented if you didn't consider your selfishness, your greed for APC, PDP, free money, and the rest of that. Same thing your political leaders considered when they were supposed to give total support and protection for to Sunday Igboho and the rest of those who are men enough to stand up, right? Because of their selfish and greediness, they chose to look the other way. And look at what where that has led us. You may not be the victim yet, but guess what? Nobody is spared. Somebody like this.
Gavi, ẹlẹ́dàá ni bá sún lọ́rùn 20 million lọ ní ìlọ wá. Ibo la ti fẹ́ rí 20 million. Ẹlẹ́dàá ni bá sún lọ́rùn o. Wọ́n náà máa pa lọ́la tó àbá tí rí 20 million gbélé. Wọ́n náà máa pa lọ́la o.
That happened. I don't know if they killed the person, but that happened there along Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. Now, some of you would never believe a day like this will come, or a time like this will come that you will be sitting down and be reading about security warnings along Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. You have been reading about Kaduna-Abuja Expressway, the kidnappings and all of that. You never believe a day will come. In fact, now that many of you are so engrossed in your 2023 charade, yeah? Well, you still would never believe, would you? Of course you won't, but you will find out very soon. They chased Igboho away. They burnt his house. That's what the first thing they did. They went on to burn his house. Some of you said, well, he was talking too much, but Igboho was not a coward. You know that?
Minister, ọkùnrin ní méjì ọba sọkùnrin lé mọ́ bàbá bí tó ká mi mọ́ ni ọkùnrin ní méjì bọ́tí ọba sọkùnrin gangan lé mọ́ ọkùnrin 1 million ní mi ọfọlọ́n tó lẹ́bi mi bùrà tí ọba sọkùnrin lé mọ́ ọkùnrin ní mi o tí èsì ẹkùnrin tí mo ń bẹ̀rù gẹ́gẹ́ mo mọ́ ń síbi ìdìdìrín fún yàn tó bọ́ tí bá change ọ̀rọ̀ mọ́ mẹ́rìnbọ̀dì lọ́wọ́ kọ́tẹ́ tó dó débi níjọ́ tí mo change mọ́ ọlọ́run bí pé ayélujára kẹ́ pa mí lè tàbí kẹ́ change inú sẹ́ẹ̀lì kẹ́ ẹ̀sẹ̀ kan nínú kẹ́ yín gbogbo ọgbọ́n yín kẹ́ pa mí síbi tàbí kẹ́ gbé mi kó mi tẹ̀ tèmi mọ́ kẹ́ gbé mi síbò mi ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ sì kan lẹ́nì wọ́n change ẹ lórí wọn tí mo mí náà wọ́n fún mo mí náà fi bá wọn sí ẹ bàbá mi ilẹ̀ ní mi ẹ̀ mọ̀ mi ọmọ tí mo lè tẹ̀ náà tí mo ń ṣe bí ọ̀dẹ̀ fún yàn tí mo ń sunkún pé ẹjọ́ tí bá padà change ẹ agbára wọn ò lè ká mi mọ́. wọ́n gbé yẹn sẹ́wọ̀n yìí kò ní túmọ̀ sí mi gbogbo yẹn fíìmù ni ìrìn tí Sunday orin láyé tí ó fi jáde láyé ó ti wà lára rẹ̀ pẹ̀lú òun àtọ́lọ́. bí bàbá yìí ti bá rántí ọ̀rọ̀ bàbá mi dìbò lọ́wọ́ ara mi á balẹ̀ ni níjọ́ tí bàbá ń bá mi sílé tí gbogbo wọn ṣe gàràgàrà àwọn senators jókòó gbogbo wọn jókòó àwọn governors gbogbo wọn kún bẹ́ẹ̀ senator Omisore governor Ilọ́lá gbogbo wọn wà bẹ́ẹ̀ mímí kù bàbá ní gbogbo yín sí ẹ tẹ̀lé Sunday wá torí ta lè fi wá gbogbo ẹ̀ governor wọn nítorí Sunday kò ọlọ́tàn ó nítorí pé ẹ̀ ń rí lò agbára tí wọ́n ń lò ń bọ́ lọ́wọ́ kálukú wojú ara wọn ó ní ara rẹ̀ lọ́lọ́run fi sí Sunday máa ń ṣe bí ọmọ kékeré ó lè dọ̀bálẹ̀ farúgbó ó lè dọ̀bálẹ̀ fún sọ́ọ́rí ó lè dọ̀bálẹ̀ fún ọmọ tó ṣe gbọ́n bí tọ́lọ́run fi kẹ́ ẹ sí lára ẹ̀ lè rí ìyá tó bí lójú yìí sájẹ́ ni wọ́n mi lóun ẹ̀ sájẹ́ kì í ṣe tá a gbé wáyà rẹ̀ gbàjẹ́ bàbá ó ti gbà fọ́lọ́run bí tí mo wà yìí ní ìbẹ̀rù kẹta mọ́ lẹ́yìn Ọlọ́run tó ní mi gbogbo yòókù yẹn gbogbo tó bá rí kan dá lára bí wọ́n gbé mi déwájú jọ́ọ̀jì yẹn ní sọ fún pé mi bẹ̀rù ẹ mo bẹ̀rù Ọlọ́run tó ní mi ni gbogbo àdá tó bá fẹ́ fi mí dá kẹ́ fi mí dá bó bá fẹ́ gbé mi lọ Nàìjíríà kọ́ mọ gbé mi lọ Nàìjíríà ti ń gbé mi lọ àfi tí ọba sọ́lọ́ ń bẹ̀ tọ́lọ́run bá ti bẹ́ Nàìjíríà kan gbé mi lọ bẹ̀ kò sí nǹkan kan tó fi ṣe ebi Kánú ń bẹ́ mẹ́ ebi ìjà tí mò ń jà ní Kánú ń jà gbogbo wọn yẹn àfi halẹ̀ àfi dẹ́rù bara wa ni bó bá fẹ́ gbé mi lọ Nàìjíríà tí ọba sọ́lọ́ Nàìjíríà ló tó ẹ kọ́lọ́ ń bẹ́ Nàìjíríà kan mọ gbé mi sọ bẹ́ kò sí tí ọ̀sẹ̀ lẹ̀.
So they locked Igboho up. They chased him away. Many of you thought your problems are gone. At least your 2023 dream was now back on track. Now you're about to receive the shock of your life if you will ever make it that far, because the audacity has increased. Amotekun that was formed to fight this banditry and this criminality, you and I know that they are not really equipped to face their firepower or whatever they bring to the table. Even though some of you believe that this whole thing was initially about cows, of course it's not. It's more than that. And now you've discovered that you're about to figure it out on that Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, as we all know. So part of what Igboho also said was that, legal, I mean, if it is about legal stuff, he has a team that could fight for him. But do you have anyone right now to save you on that Lagos Ibadan expressway? Now, away from that, this also happened in November 2021, just about 4 or 5 months. Yeah, about 5 months after they helped you to chase Igboho away. It happened in Ijebu-Ode, Ogun State.
Ogun State láwa yìí o ṣàtìní kan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ẹni 3 àwọn Fúlàní náà ṣe mọ́ mi báyìí o wọ́n bá kidnap wọn lánàá nílé wọn àná wọ́n bá kidnap nílé wọn wọ́n lù wọ́n wọ́n ṣe oníyàlé ṣe àwọn Fúlàní ẹ̀sìn wọ́n ṣá wọn gbogbo ẹ̀yìn wọn bẹ́ẹ̀ láwa báyìí ṣàtìrẹ́yìn wọn àti iṣẹ́ Fúlàní nínú Ogun State ilé ti ṣẹlẹ̀ o àti Ìbàdàn àti ń bọ̀ láàárọ̀ ìbọn ìpè wá òkè Ìbàdàn làwọn ń gbé pé wọ́n ti ṣe ọmọ Yorùbá wa níṣekúṣe àwọn Fúlàní ẹ̀sìn mẹ́ wọ́n mẹ́ ṣàlàyé díẹ̀.
You see? So, these are the few ones that you probably just get on.